Hello.
Welcome back to the podcast, episode 2.
We're alive. You wouldn't believe it. Oh wait, I need to look at the temperature. I need to look at the weather.
Of course.
It's very dark outside. It was very windy. Crap. Okay, so you know when you like turn a fan on at max speed? It was like that, but like times 3.
Times 3?
I'd
say like times 300. I was driving and my car almost flipped over. That's not a joke. It started tilting.
I watched a trash can fall and I just laughed because it just fell.
Tilting on the road. And I was like, all right, I need to go home. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. We're alive. We had some personal things happen. You gotta love when you start a project and you take a hiatus after one episode. It was just too much. It was just too much.
I mean, as you told me, you just forgot.
I just forgot this whole thing even happened. I had a lot of shit going on. I forgot we can curse on this podcast.
It's 284 degrees outside.
Dude, it's chilly today.
Also, I hear that there's water falling from up there.
I can't believe that. There's no from up there.
Up there.
As it is.
The heavens, some would call it.
So if all goes well, this episode should be going up on Christmas Eve, baby.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, almost. This is not the Christmas special. No. To make up for the fact that we literally disappeared for like 2 weeks, we're gonna do 2 episodes a week until 2021. So we'll have one now. And then the actual Christmas special will be dropping this weekend.
Yeah.
So go check that out. We're probably going to be filming that tomorrow.
If we're free tomorrow, yeah.
I can tomorrow. I'm
assuming I can tomorrow.
It is, in fact, we're recording this the day before Christmas Eve. Fuck, I broke the fourth wall. God, it's fine.
It's 9:21 p.m.
Stop!
My one clock to the right that said it was 4:20 that one time when it wasn't says it's 6:52 p.m.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's 6:52. Does it happen to have a date as well?
No.
Ah.
It's just 6:52.
I was hoping it was like 6:52 on like July 17th.
I could turn on the radio. I don't know what that would do, but I could turn it on.
Go for it.
Okay, I don't think you'll be able to hear it. I could turn it up.
I think the people will be able to hear it.
I need to be able to hear what it's going to play. I don't remember the classical music station that Jeffrey showed me.
Just put it on like
right now, here.
Oh.
Right now it's just static.
Oh, I heard the static.
Can you hear it?
I can, yeah.
Let me... Give me a second.
Oh, that's copyrighted music.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was me, actually. That was actually me singing. I had to stretch out my vocal cords.
No, excuse me, I farted.
Oh, no, that wasn't me singing. That was the... Never mind.
I farted.
You can infer. Back like we never left.
I like how when you came over to give me a Christmas present, I was like, yeah, I don't want to wear a shirt. And then you come over and you're like, come outside, and I was like, okay, I'll put on a shirt.
Oh yeah, I did do that. Okay, so today I drove around giving my friends Christmas presents because it's Christmas, and but not the Christmas special. Don't get it twisted. Don't you dare even insinuate for a second. That's
tomorrow for us and whenever for you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't believe you would even go there. But
I don't have a calculator and we'll get that joke.
I am a calculator. But I decided to go to I went to Gavin's first. So I pulled up by his house. And I texted him that I was here. I said, come outside, and he did not. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just leave it at the door. So I got out, left it.
I didn't see your text to come outside. I saw your text to go out the door and then look down.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I was like, all right, so I went to the door, and Gavin's like door has like stairs leading up to it, so I put it on a stair, and then I went back in my car and I pulled out my phone again, and I was like, all right, Gavin, I need you to walk out your door, turn left, and look down, and then so I was before I left, my seat, my front seat was messed up for some reason, or my driver's seat, whatever, it was messed up, it was like way too low, and so I was trying to fix it, and while I was doing that, apparently, he went outside, got the gift, and then went back inside without me seeing him.
Okay, I didn't know if you saw me, because I went outside, and I instantly, like, waved at the car.
Yeah, I absolutely did not see you. But, yeah, so I don't know. But I got back in the car, and I saw you in the window looking at me, holding the present. And I was like, wow.
I knew that there was a window over there. That's my sister's room.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, you're over there.
I saw her arm.
Go over there.
But,
yeah, Aaron, I told Aaron to wave at you. I don't know if he saw that.
Yeah, I did. But, like, it was funny because you were sitting in the window and the curtain was pulled back. And I could just see you, and then off to the right, I could just see Aaron's arm, and that was it. That's all I could see. And so you opened it, and you gave me a thumbs up, and then I just saw Aaron's arm just pop out and give me a thumbs up, and then come back in. And then I left. It was a really good experience. So that's what I did today.
I've been just gaming.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've
also been gaming like for a while.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered. I told Jeffrey about this. I had a weird you know how I keep on having weird occurrences where me do thing in dream and then me do thing in real life? This does not follow the other ones.
Did you come again?
This is different. No.
Dude, can I leave that in?
I did not
bleep that out.
Yes, you can leave it in if you want to. I do not care.
You come in the dream, you come in real life.
Yes. I did not perform a bodily function this time. For some reason, I was having a dream. I remember being deeply panicked in this dream, where I was like surrounded by like spiders. They were like big spiders, but they were all like cartoon spiders. So like I had no reason to actually be afraid, but I was still deeply afraid.
Yeah.
And then all I remember was seconds before I wake up, like one of the spiders getting close to me and me trying to like pound it, and then I wake up and I like almost hit Jade. And I'm like deeply afraid. Jade is my cat, for those that don't know. And I was just like, oh.
That's terrifying.
I was just like, I almost killed something. I also keep on, I've noticed I somehow only really can stay awake after getting 4 hours of sleep. Because I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I went to bed at 2. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm mostly awake now. And I was just like, why does this keep happening? Because this happened, like, during school, while school was up. Like, I'd sleep at regular times and I'd be fine. I mean, I wouldn't be fine. But then I, like, accidentally or purposely stay up late and only get, like, 4 hours of sleep. And I'd be like, oh, I don't understand.
Yeah. I'm kind of experiencing that, because I was up until about 3:30 in the morning last night. And that's not bad for most people. I've been on a very early sleep schedule for the past few months, and so that was like 3:30, like a late. Oh, my monitor's just shut off. But 3:30 is like a late night for me, and so oh my god, brain fart. Yeah, so I went to bed at 3, and then I woke up at fucking 7:30. And I was like, okay, this is too much. And so I forced myself to go back to sleep, and then I woke up again at 8:30. And I was like, all right, can we not? And so I went back to sleep, and I went up at 9:30. And pro tip for anybody who's trying to get a good sleep schedule, don't go back to sleep and wake up a bunch in the morning. I did it 4 times this morning, and I don't see myself going to sleep until at least 4.
I went to sleep. I went back to sleep. I don't remember when. I just went to sleep to take a nap, and I woke back up at like around 11 or something. I don't remember. For some reason, it's the numbers that come in mind are 9 and 11, which I just realized what I've said.
That just hit me.
I just realized what I've said.
No.
That's not what I meant.
I love how you just stopped talking.
That's not what
you were
I
like,
meant.
oh,
I
it
have
just
made a
hit
mistake.
Wait,
9
hold
a.m.
on. What did
and
you just say to
11
me?
a.m. were the numbers that
Hold
come
on.
into mind.
Gavin, back.
Yeah?
Pause, rewind.
Hey.
What
Hey.
did you just say that you just made?
I may or may not have accidentally done something incorrectly.
Which is what do we call that?
A blunder.
M word. What? No. What M word? Synonym to blunder do we call that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
For those who
Anyway.
don't know, Gavin and I have begun. It started with Gavin.
I just did it as a joke.
Vendetta. But Gavin has started a.
I didn't even. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even supposed to be a big thing. I just did it as a joke. I was murdering people as one does when they play video games, and I was talking about how I don't like people making mistakes, which is why I was killing them, and then that just became a thing now. I remember recently. It was like a day or two ago. You had me join the voice chat while you guys were watching a movie or something, and you told me that Tim had made a mistake, and I think I was silent. I went to the voice chat I was in, and then I just went into muted VC, and I was like, Tim, I can't believe you.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was like, Gavin, you'll never guess what Tim just made. And you're like, what did you do? What did you do? And I said, he made a mistake. And Gavin, it was just silence for like 5 seconds. And Gavin just left. and then we just saw in the muted VC chat, he just said, Tim, I can't believe you.
I think I also put, I thought I knew you.
Yeah, you probably did. It was Tim. We got to get Tim on the cast. What if we get Tim? What if we get Tim on for the New Year's Eve episode?
I
was
scrolling up.
The season 1 finale.
I was scrolling up to try and find it, and I got to the part where he sent the video of what if we nuked the moon, and I see I'm still watching it, don't spoil message, and then you just being spoilers, the moon explodes. I've recently been I've just been messing up my speech for some reason. I don't know why, but the moon explodes, and then you said sorry, and I just responded with fuck. Oh yeah, I just said thought I knew you, SMH, can't believe you, to Tim.
Yeah, everyone. But yeah, we gotta get Tim on for the finale of season 1. Oh yeah, by the way, how we're doing that? I don't remember if I talked to you about this or not, but I think we should just do like the seasons of the show can just be like a year. So like season 1 can just kind of be like the pilot season, and so it'll be like you know how the season 1 of The Office is like 4 episodes and the rest are like 24.
I haven't watched The Office.
I can't believe you.
I haven't watched the B-movie.
This will be like the
either.
pilot.
We're gonna be doing that for my birthday.
This will be. I heard about that. We'll get into that later.
But are you angry?
This is gonna be like the pilot season, and then season 2 is probably gonna start. I think it'll probably be 4 total, maybe
Who
5.
knows? We're just here.
Yeah, we don't really have a schedule. We're gonna have a schedule in 2021. Right now, we're just kind of uploading them when we can. But we'll have a schedule. We have
a framework of a schedule right now. That's about it.
Yeah, but we're not following it.
No, I think we're doing it pretty well.
Yes, because we're going to be doing a Sunday, then a Thursday, then a God knows what, then
Thursday,
then a couple more God knows what's.
Yeah,
we're gonna do
the end of
because
the
we
year.
have the Christmas episode, then we have your birthday episode. We have all specials except for episode 1.
Technically, we don't have to make it special for my birthday. Like it's.
We are going to make it special for your birthday.
I'm
God damn it!
16 years old.
That's a big one. That's a big one. It's the age of consent.
That's hot.
Yeah, I know.
That is hot.
It is. But
I was about to say always give consent, but that's not what I mean. I mean always ask for consent. Don't always give consent.
Yes. Please don't do that. But yeah, we're gonna have all specials lined up because we have Christmas special soon, then your birthday special, and then the New Year's Eve special.
Oh crap!
And then season 2. And I honestly don't think we'll be able to fit another episode in that, so I think we'll have 5. Unless we want to lump in the New Year's Eve special with your birthday special, which I would rather not do.
Yeah, that's 2 major events.
Yeah. We just have, like, fucking decked out, and then we have to wait 8 more months for my birthday special.
Yeah!
And it'll be lamer because I'm turning 17. Which is like, who the fuck turns 17? Like, there are two that matters. There are 2 that matter. 16 and 18.
What about your golden birthday?
I don't... Wait, isn't your golden birthday like you turn the age, of the day it's on?
Yeah.
Mine is not for another 12 fucking years.
You think...
Oh wait, yours isn't either. I was gonna say, ours are like the same. I'm 28.
Yeah, mine isn't for 13 years. Get on my level or something. I don't know. Gosh, that just reminds me of my name on Discord.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gavin changed his old name on Discord was just what
with a period.
It was just what with a period.
All lowercase.
And now he just changed it to you can go for it
or something. I guess I remember right as soon as I did that. In my server with the boys, we have a role for me just called Gavin, and so I you can add that role. So what I did is I just sent and then I added my role, and then I added myself. So it was just I'm Gavin or something, I guess. I don't know. I just did that. I did that because that's kind of just become a regular thing I do. Like,
of course.
This is a thing about me. I don't like things that are likely going to happen. Events that, like, if you want to schedule something with me, I will never set anything to be concrete. If it's going to be concrete, it's basically, I'm going to give you something that says it's mostly concrete, but I'm not 100% sure because you don't know what could happen in life. That's what I stick by.
Yeah.
A bunch of other things I stick by. This is completely random. I keep on getting into hobbies because the good old moniker, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah,
and then
I have also been
there's
doing
also
that.
the golden rule, which is like... Do I need to say it?
Here's the thing. I was gonna say like a funny thing that's like not actually the golden rule, but I couldn't think of anything. Wow, wow. But going off of that, with like the hobby
thing. If
thing.
you piss in the shower, you have piss power.
Or what's the thing that Gabe said?
Golden rule.
What's the thing? Know. What's the thing that Gabe said? Hold on, I'm looking.
Gabe said? I don't know.
No, trust me.
Oh, are you talking about the oil joke?
Yeah. The golden rule. Oil floats in water. So you wait for it to rain, you cover yourself in oil, and then you fly.
That's like a golden law, dude.
it's fucking Newton's. How many?
Not a
wait,
rule.
Newton's. Does Newton have laws? I don't know.
Newton has.
Physics is boring.
Yeah. If you think physics is cool, then you have the right to have that opinion.
Yeah. But
and I will respect it.
Going off the hobby thing, I decided, you know what? I need something to do in quarantine because we're going to be quarantined for a while in January because our school's fucking stupid and thought it was okay to have us in school in December while literally less than half of the students were left. But anyway, I was one of them, by the way, and it was apocalyptic. But we can get into that in a second.
How was it surviving Armageddon?
We can get into that in a second. I don't want to go off into too bad of a tangent because I want to stay on like the thing I was going to say. But I have decided. I bought. My grandpa decided to get me a fucking $100 Amazon gift card for Christmas.
Bonkers.
And I got it in the mail, and I was like, all right, it's probably like $30, $40. 100 smackaroos. And so I was like, all right, interesting. So I decided, because like mostly what I buy on Amazon, I mostly just get manga because I'm a huge fucking weeb, and I read a lot of manga, and it's normal books. I just really like reading. But I had
you don't know it, but I just mouthed the word imagine after you said that.
But I got like I had a trip to Barnes and Noble the previous day where I just bought like literally like almost $60 worth of books. So I was pretty stacked.
Has anyone gotten you the Romeo and Juliet manga
Oh
yet?
yeah, there is that. I saw that at the Indianapolis Barnes and Noble. There was just there's a fucking Romeo and Juliet manga. And I want it, but I didn't find it. I didn't find it at. I almost just said our town name. I didn't find it at the local Barnes and Noble.
I just realized.
Oh my god, it's raining very loudly.
You said the word of the major city in our state.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, we live in Indiana, but I'm not going to give up our town.
We live in that one place in Indiana.
Yeah, but
it's got that one letter in it.
Yeah, but I got like
some people call it a vowel.
I got like way enough books. I was like, all right, I have nothing to do with this money, so I bought a drawing tablet and decided I'm going to take up art. And for those who don't know, I've always wanted to be an artist, but I'm just not one. I've always been bad at it. And so I'm putting my foot down. I'm like, all right, in 2021, I'm going to work on art, and I'm going to actually try to be respectable at it. And so I bought a drawing tablet, and it's currently sitting next to me. And I've been messing with it, and I've also been talking to my friend Noelle, which, fun fact, she is the one who did our little avatars for this that you see.
Didn't you say that in the first episode?
I did, but I'm doing it again because she deserves...
All right, we're doing it again.
She deserves shilling. But, yeah, she did that. I was talking to her about it because she's, like, insanely good. And she was like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, do it. And I was like, all right. And so now I'm doing that. And it's been going all right so far. I mean, I'm still pretty sucky, but the tablet's weird to get used to, but it's pretty fun.
I think around 8th grade, I started getting into art, and then I stopped because I just and then I got back into I never really got into like fully developing my skills. I just liked the idea of doing it.
Yeah.
But it's super hard to do like what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then like the idea came to mind, which is why like the idea of doing art was like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's just medieval Doomslayer, cuz dude, that guy's already like unstoppable. Fucking give him like a halberd or something.
Yeah.
He'd go off.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just always wanted to get into it because I just think it'd be a fun thing to be good at. And I don't know. I just always wanted to do it. Because I'm just really bad at teaching myself things. Because for those who don't know, I am a musician mainly. I play drums and bass mostly. I can kind of play guitar, but not really, which is actually, that's a perfect example of this. I just, like, am really bad at teaching myself new things past those because I started on the drums. I got my drum set in middle school. And since then, I just, like, drums is, like, the only thing I can do that I'm legitimately proud of and that I think I'm, like, really fucking good at. Because... I'm not saying this to sound egotistical, and it kind of hurts me to say it because it's like, ooh, I'm kind of tooting my own horn here, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But I got insanely good for how little of a time I was playing, and it's just mostly because it just came naturally to me. It's,
that's how I was in computer science.
Yeah, it's just
I was just great. Yeah,
it's just something that comes really naturally to me, especially because like my grandpa was a professional gig drummer. He played with like Aerosmith and stuff, and so it's kind of in my blood. So it all came really naturally to me. So I was able to pick that up really quick. And then I bought a guitar, and I sucked. I sucked so bad at it. I was terrible. I was horrible. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna try to learn it. And so I started taking online lessons. And I couldn't make myself do it because my brain is just so hard at being like, hey, you're bad at this thing. Let's work to make you good at this thing. Because I legitimately, like, if I really went through with those, I'd be pretty solid at guitar right now. But I didn't, and so I'm not. I don't know any chords. I just play power chords. There's one song I can really play like all the way through because it's insanely easy, and it's the rhythm part of Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls, because it's pretty much just da 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 the whole time, and it's just power chords, which are easy, and it's just, I don't know, and that's how I'm scared. I'm scared that's how I'll be with art. I'm scared my brain will just be like, hey, you're not good at this. You're never going to be good at this. When in reality, it's like, hey, you're not good at this. But if you keep going, maybe in like a year or two, you will be good at this.
Yeah.
And I'm also just like a really impatient person. Like, that's just how I am.
I don't remember. All I know is I was laying in bed. I can't sleep for like an hour. If my brain's like extremely active, then it's going to be longer. But my brain it's active for a little while, unless I'm like super tired. But I ended up realizing that there's kind of this like reverse funnel into learning something, because when you learn something, there's always like, because I realized this is how it is with like programming, is like there's always this like small thing that you start learning, and then you realize how much there is.
Yeah.
To learn. And that's also, I realize that's kind of how they teach like introductory classes at school.
Yeah.
It's just this small step, and then expand upon that.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. But
because even then, like, yeah, intro to 2D art, it's the basic class required for all the 2D art classes.
Yeah, and like that's kind of how drums was, because even I was surprised to find out like how deep drum, like percussion, not even just percussion, but specifically drum sets goes, and how creative you can be with it. And I love playing, and it's just crazy, because I've been playing it now for a solid 4 years, and I do want to pursue it as a career. I do want to be a musician, and I am. I'm working on some original stuff, like solo
You're
projects, just because like that's what I want to do with my life, and I have a lot of ideas. And yeah, I'm a high school kid, but like, why wait? You know, I have no reason to keep it in until I move out. If I want to release it now, I'm gonna release it. So, I've been working behind the scenes for a few months on that, and because it's what I want to do, and it's just it's something that just comes so naturally to me, and because of that, I feel like in at the same way that it's a blessing and a curse, because it's now crutched my ability to learn anything else. But because music comes so naturally to me, if anything else doesn't, my brain's like, oh, you can't do this. You don't have this in you.
I feel like it's less crutched your ability and more you feel that because you can't learn as fast as you could have with drums, that you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. Or that it's just not in me. Or that I just like don't have it in me. Which just isn't true, because nobody on Earth can't draw. Nobody on Earth can't draw. Nobody on Earth can't play an instrument. It's just with enough. Do some people need more practice than others? Absolutely. But if you have enough practice, anyone can do those things. And that's just what my brain is just so like not good at realizing.
I feel bad that this is like the first thing that came to my mind to say. It's just a joke, but like, if you get enough practice, you can do what I did in the first episode and chug a water bottle.
Oh my god. Yes.
Dude, okay, funny. That's like a funny story. So, my dad, basically, like, I'd say when I was young, we'd watch Man vs. Food, not we were watching, we'd watch it. And I was really into that type of stuff because it was just food challenges, and that's cool. And I like food. And I don't know the place, which is probably a good thing. But I did a burger challenge, and I got through the burger. I actually did very good. And I just couldn't get through the fries, which is a darn shame.
Yeah.
But my dad was all like, okay, if you're serious about doing this, then just like starve yourself and only drink water. And I was like, okay. And then I just got really hungry, and so I'd like eat some things, but not a lot. I just couldn't do it. I'm saying that now, being like super hungry. What have I eaten today? I've eaten cereal for breakfast, and then early in the afternoon, I ate peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, I was busy today because I was doing a lot of driving around today because like I said, I was not only was I delivering Christmas presents to like 3 different people all the way across, each at entirely different points of town, but I was also running errands. I had to get my oil changed, and I had to pick up something for my dad, and I also had to pick up something for my mom. So I was just going all over the place in my mom's giant ass car.
But that probably gave you a lot
Because
of
I don't
driving
have one
time
yet.
too.
And it was a lot, but I was out for a very long time. And so I got back and I realized, oh my god, I've only eaten one thing today. And those were, those little, I forget what the brand is called, but those like little mini muffin things, they're like in a bag. There's like 4 of them in a bag.
Oh yeah.
I had those when I woke up, and that was all I had up to that point. And it was like 6:30. And so I was like, oh my god, I need to eat. And so I just whipped up some fucking frozen mac and cheese shapes, and oh my god, that's the best meal I've had all year.
Compare it to your watered mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. When I was on vacation last month or whatever, I was making mac and cheese.
Ago.
And I realized after I drained it, oh my god, I don't have any milk. And so instead of being sensible and just putting more butter, I used water. And it was not good. It did not end well. It tasted bad.
I have 3 subjects on my mind.
Go for it.
First, I feel like I should give a little detail on the food challenge thing. First things first, I did that for my birthday. I think 2 years ago? I don't remember. Yeah. 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know. That kind of the idea of food for my birthday basically started when my dad, I think he got me like a big Wendy's burger. I that's it. That's all I remember. I think there was something else, but I don't remember. And then after that, there was the burger challenge, I think. And then last year, we went to a wing place, and we got spicy wings, and that was fun. As much as I did not tolerate it well, the heat did get to me, but I enjoy it because I like spicy foods.
I don't. I'm so bad with spicy foods. I have like a thing with my tongue. It's like hard to describe. I don't really know what it's called, but my tongue is just like, and this isn't me just being. I think I talked about this in the first episode actually.
I don't know.
But this isn't me just being like a little bitch. Like this is actually something a dentist told me. My tongue is like fucked.
Oh.
And so I'm really bad with spicy foods. I'm really bad with sour foods. And that's also, I also have a slight, I don't know if this is my tongue or an allergy. I think it's an allergy because it doesn't just affect my tongue. But whenever I have mint, it hurts my entire mouth for like an hour.
Ooh.
And I brushed my teeth this morning, and it was just way longer than normal. Not only was my mouth hurting, but I was just like, my mouth was just excessively wet, and it was driving me insane because it was just so uncomfortable. And I don't know if I put too much toothpaste on this morning, but it wasn't pleasant, and it's still going on. It kind of faded, but it's still going on right now.
The other thing I wanted to talk about. Crap.
Oh.
Hobby thing.
Yeah.
Hobby thing. The hobby, like similar hobbies I've gotten into. It's kind of just, again, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. I've gotten into like modding at a surface level seems like both the word to describe it and also not.
Yeah.
Because modding itself is not something you can really get into at a surface level. You have to at least delve a little bit. I went like 2 feet below surface level. Yeah. I made a pistol script for Left 4 Dead 2 that I just remembered. I don't know how many people have downloaded it, but I do remember I got a notification on Steam one time that I got a comment on something, and I think, if I remember correctly, the comment went along the lines of "shoot up those Nazis" or something, and I was just like, okay, you do you.
Yeah, that's dope. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I was like, okay, these pistols aren't good, because there's an enemy that basically can pound you down, and then will be on the ground, and it's not fun. And if someone else is dealing with that, and you're on the ground, you can only use your pistol, and they're dealing with that, and you have to kind of kill them, but can't because if I remember correctly,
you can't
crunchy? Kill it with a single magazine. Crunchy hair.
No. Go ahead. I don't. Sorry.
And then Payday 2, I messed around with adding music into the game for heists. I think the only one I've made is just Plants vs. Zombies music, and I love it.
Yeah.
The stealth music is Moon Grains, and it's like the entirety of it. And then outside of stealth, there's a bunch of sections to it, and it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's all just crap. I know the name of the song. It's the Walnut Bowling song, and I pride myself in knowing the name of it, because I pride myself in knowing the name of the songs I like. But now I just don't remember the name of it, and I feel.
What is it? Like what?
What is it? The Walnut Bowling song. I'm gonna look it up
Go
right
for
now.
it.
Give me a second. Walnut Bowling music. Loon Boon.
Ah.
It's a great song. It's also just fun to have a police assault go on to you, and an endless number of armed cops just use lethal force against you, and you just melt them while you hear. It's great. I think I can't remember what other I get into the idea of putting mods in like Fallout New Vegas, but I just it's a lot. I can't remember if I've done much else. There's also Jeffrey, he gave me Unity, the Unity hub, and he was like, "Yeah, you can make games with this."
Yeah.
And then I haven't done anything with it because I don't know how to code in C, and I want to learn how to do that, or whatever programming language you need to learn, because for what I kind of want to do in my life. Learning multiple programming languages for what I want to do is helpful, but B, learning C and other commonly used video game languages is kind of helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Random thought. HTML, stupid, boring hypertext markup language. Just a stupid, boring markup language. Blah blah blah. You code websites in it, except it's really not coding. It's a markup language. It's boring.
Yeah.
Web design.
The only word I got.
The
only word I got from that was one that kind of sounded like Markiplier.
Markup language.
Yeah, I heard Markiplier.
That's 2 words. HTML. It's boring.
Yeah, I know nothing
Especially
about
if
anything.
If you're like me, and can code easily, HTML is boring.
Yeah.
And then I was interested to learn, because HTML is used for websites. I did not know, because Payday uses XML files, and I did not know what that was. And I think, if I remember correctly, it's either external or extensive markup language. And basically, it's a markup language, but you can actually kind of program with it, and it's apparently used in like a lot of games. I did not know that. Like, it's apparently used in like WoW, if I remember correctly. I Googled it like instantly. I brought up Wikipedia. I was like, what games is this used in? And it's like, yeah, here's a bunch. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot. I'm trying to. What was the third thing I want to talk about?
I don't know. One thing I can mention. I started putting my hair in knots while you were talking, and now I got a clump of it in like 3 knots, and it's not coming undone, and I'm scared.
You also mentioned how your hair was crunchy.
I don't talk about that.
I've
been playing with my hair this whole time, and I'm in desperate need of a hair trim. Like, I have really, really bad split ends right now. but it's kind of hard to get a hair trim with, pandemic. But, yeah, so I was just kind of playing with my hair, and my hair was, like, super not, like, there was a ton of knots in it. Because my hair is, like, insanely thick. And when my hair is A, as thick as it is, and B, as long as it is, it gets very bad. Because my hair is, like, it's like, it's like, I mean, you can look at my fucking cartoon avatar. In that picture of me that's on screen, it's a little shorter in there than it actually is, but it's pretty close.
Isn't it? No, the picture on screen, sorry, our inevitable audio listeners. The pictures on screen are just pictures of us.
Yeah, they are. I meant like that one's a little shorter. My cartoon character one's pretty accurate, but it's like a little bit past my shoulders. But yeah, so with it as thick as it is, it's very hard to manage. And so it also gets knotted a lot, and it gets matted a lot, and it's very annoying. And so I was just breaking a bunch of those, and I was like, hey, what if I knotted it myself? And I just knotted this one like 4 times, and now I regret it.
See, you're talking about how you're fidgeting. I've been doing this. First, it started with me just walking like... I do a weird thing I've noticed where I'm talking, and I just walk back and forth perpendicular. I don't turn. I'm just back and forth perpendicular to like my perpendicular parallel. I don't know. It's this, if you put a line where my computer is that follows where it's facing, I'm walking against that, right? And then I started just like twirling my hands about and just tapping like my fingers. And then I started just like spinning and just twirling my hands about. I'm vibing. I'm doing it right now. And I'm vibing.
To see it.
I don't know why I just did that. Also, bringing up games just makes me really want to talk about... I want to talk about like how Killing Floor 2 is so smart at what it does. Killing Floor 2 is a game where you shoot up a big number of enemies that chase you. And there's a lot of things that the game can get away with because it's smart for the game, that if other games did it, you'd be like, that's a little weird. Like there's like a map with like a big semi truck and then like crates like behind it that it would visually look like you have to jump upon it, but it's literally just the hitbox is just a ramp. You can just go on it. And as much as that sounds weird, normally you're going to be chased by who knows how many things that just want to murder you. So wasting your time jumping isn't going to be too useful. Yeah. And it's great. There's also this whole me noticing things like this. All started when Jeffrey pointed out at one point that some chairs just don't have collision, and it's like you can get away with that because you're going to have to move around, and you don't want clutter to get in the way of the player moving around, since they're probably going to have to move around like 300% of the time. And that's just great. Like, I noticed on one of the maps called Nuked, there's just like little poles and you can just walk through them, and I'm like, this is great. I love that the game can just get away with that because of what the gameplay is.
I love shit like that.
Like, it's details that you wouldn't notice because you're not going to look for it. And then when you look for it, it's something that you realize you would find weird if it was in any other place.
Yeah, it's kind of like, the biggest thing I can think of for that is, like, because I really like, you know, like, you really like games. I really like movies. And so the thing I can think of that is with movies, it's the closest thing I can think of that is Star Wars. Because if you think about it,
Oh yeah, are you talking about?
Yeah, like the opening crawl. Like one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I think my second. No, honestly, I think my number one favorite movie of all time is The Empire Strikes Back, and like a close in that, like in my top 10 also is A New Hope, and I genuinely think those movies are pretty flawless, but those movies, they open up with, like, everybody knows the Star Wars title crawl. Like, they open up with a title crawl giving
Yeah.
exposition. And in any other movie, I'd say that's like insanely stupid. But it works.
Weird.
It works in those.
Yeah.
Well, some of them. The prequel ones are really
Yeah.
bad. They're really boring and stupid. But the original trilogy ones are like really good because they're good exposition devices and they're actually used well. And it. Go ahead.
Also. Sorry, continue. No, you started. I was about to start.
I was just about to say that like it's at a point where they're so iconic that you can't even really criticize them like as a concept.
Yeah.
And I just love that they've transcended to that.
I'm amused by how there's this small little game called Dead by Daylight that like the content creators, it feels like the people who really invest their time in the game and know what flaws are in the game and need to be fixed have such a great idea of like how to like develop a game, even though they've likely never touched any like sort of game development in their life. And I love that. Like, people literally talk about how perks in the game need to be reworked and stuff, and have like actual like ideas. And it's just, I'm amused by this because these people who have none of the like requirements and skills, the background knowledge to like be game developers and game designers and, you know, level designers and whatever, just know what they're talking about just because they've invested a large amount of time in the game. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. And that's kind of how I am with like, I don't know. Because like I said, like I don't get super into video games. Like I play a lot of games, trust me. But I'm not nearly as into video games as I am into movies and books. But just mainly because they're expensive and they're time consuming. But I love, like I'm way more key. I'm way more kid to criticize and talk about critically like a movie, than a game. Just because like if a game is fun, I'll play it. If it's not, I won't. But I also love deep diving into it because I deep dive into movies all the time, and I love deep diving into games too. Because while I'm not very good at it, I still have some things to say, and I love hearing what other people have to say.
Do you want to hear me deep dive into a game?
We could. I would. Yeah, go for it.
Dying Light, a game that I've probably, the thing that caught me hook, line, and sinker for the game. I think the game came out around 2015, and the trailer I also saw that hooked me came out around 2015. Uses the song Run Boy Run by, I think the artist is called Woodkid or something. I don't know. It's phenomenal. The trailer is beautiful. It's basically, it's like a team of people running past these, I'm gonna give it like with the knowledge I have at the time, these like big beefy like zombie things that have like mandible jaws that they can like spread out, and it's beautiful, and they're running, and I think like all but one of them survives. The dude has to leap across this huge gap to grab onto a ladder, and then he gets to the top, and the song's like ending, and then he gets to the top, he gets to where he needs to be, and then a guy comes up behind him and just bashes him and just knocks him out. And it's great. The song ends. Well, not the song ends. It like transitions to a different part, with like all the drums and stuff, and it just shows. I think it shows the title and the good night, good luck, and it's beautiful.
That's so cool.
And it's so great. And then that's what's hooked me on the game. And then I remember I watched someone play like the entire game. And I really wanted it. It just gripped me, cause this is odd background information to put, but like since I was like super young, before I moved to the state we are currently living in,
The anonymous state.
even though it's not anonymous,
Shut up.
from Colorado.
Yeah.
Um, Before I moved here, I think the Resident Evil 5 was a big thing. If it not, it would have been soon after we moved here. Resident Evil 5 was like a big part of my childhood. And that's just zombie game, Resident Evil series.
Yeah.
If you don't know, zombie game. Resident Evil 5 isn't a horror game at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that when they just became action games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 was the transition into coming towards action. Resident Evil 5 was action. Resident Evil 6 was more over the top action.
And then Resident Evil 7 went back to horror. I know
Resident
that
Evil 7 was like, all right, everyone hated that, so we're gonna do the thing right.
I remember that because Resident Evil 7 is just genuinely one of the most terrifying games I've ever seen. I've never played it. I just watched a playthrough of it, and it was I have a very weak heart when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I cannot handle super scary stuff.
How did you feel? I can't remember what exactly. Doesn't he gets his hand like stabbed?
Yeah, that I did not like it.
Like through the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not. I did not like it because not only am I faint of heart with like horror stuff, sad stuff too. Like I'm horrible with sad things, and I'm horrible with horror things. And Resident Evil 7 is both of those.
Right after your hand gets stabbed, doesn't she just end up just sawing it off?
Yeah.
You can literally just pick it up.
Yeah, it's not great, but
it's great.
Oh no, it
but
is great.
It's not great.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic game.
It's phenomenal at what it does.
It's a masterful.
There's only
game.
like one part I think that criticism would be generally given towards, and that's just like the whole bug area, because that's just not fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Because if I look at my favorite game,
like it's a great game.
If I look at my favorite games of all time, my favorite. Hold on, before I get into this, what is your favorite game of all time? Like your number one?
Okay. See, I would if you asked me this like a year ago, I would have answered Dying Light in a second. But then I've realized like there's so many games that I really like, but it's just I don't know. Dying Light is just because I can genuinely list like so many things that are like genuinely just not good with it. The enemy AI isn't great. 90% of the random NPCs you come along are voiced by the same person. The story isn't really that great. But it's just the one thing that really gets me about the game is just Rice. The villain, the big bad guy. He's so they write him so well.
Yeah.
The introduction you get with him, you come into his base. There's a lot of background I could give to this.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You need drug that makes you not infected as fast. And so you go to him, and you're like, okay, I want to make a deal. But the before you get to any of that, you knock on the door, and then Guy opens the door, and he's like, have I seen you before? Because you parachuted down to this area, and he was one of the lackeys that were there when you made zombies come towards you and then get bitten, which is quite the predicament you put yourself into. Yeah. And then Rise is talking to a man, and he's basically like, dude, I can't believe you'd steal from me. He's so much, the way he speaks is so great. And then he's like, okay, which hand do you want me to chop off? Your right hand or your left hand? And then he chops off, I think, I can't remember if it's right or left. But he's like, oh, did you mean my left or your left? And it's so great. It's such a good introduction. And I think one of the, you're told at the time to just go and do a bunch of like random errands for him, even though I think it's just like a few. And then the deal he keeps on bringing up is basically, because he puts it in this weird, it's basically, you just have to give him a lady. He wants a lady, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that. But the way he brings it up, he's like, okay, will you be a man, or will you be a dog for the tower? The tower is the people that are good.
Yeah.
And he's so phenomenally written.
Yeah.
I love the people hate the boss battle, the final boss for Dying Light, because it's just a bunch of QuickTime events, and I get that, but literally it's great. The dialogue in it is beautiful, and I don't see how it could be done any other way.
Yeah.
I get why people don't like it, because QuickTime events generally aren't done very well most times, but this is like the only time that many QuickTime events come up to you, and I get that it's difficult, because it is. It's not the easiest, but it's written so well. And I remember the final mission is split up into like 3 sections. I think it's basically like a whole gauntlet on what you've learned in the game, and it's flawless for doing that.
Yeah.
You have to like run through a bunch of zombies. I can't remember if you have to kill any, but I know it's just a bunch of parkour.
Yeah.
And then you get to him, and I remember there's one point where Crane is just like, "Oh, will you shut the fuck up?" And then he's all like, I think, yeah, he's like, "You're the last thing I want to hear right now." And then Rise goes, "Hear me," and then he turns on like this even louder system to just spread his voice, and it's brilliant. It's so,
Yeah, that's.
I love him.
Yeah.
I would if I genuinely would love to like do a playthrough with everyone, and that would be intrigued in watching me play the game.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest game, but it's just there's so much that I admire about it.
Yeah, it's like because it's a question of like my favorite game of all time isn't a question of is this game the most flawless thing you've ever experienced. It's that just love for it. And do you know what? Because I asked that because I was gonna talk about mine a little bit. Do you know my favorite game of all time? I think I've told it to you.
I think you've told me, but I don't know it.
Yeah, it's my favorite game of all time is Undertale. And I know that's like, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it's like a regular one, but it's super great.
I admire it so much.
It's so good at what it does.
And this like the emotional not only is it just like a flawless game in my mind, but the emotional attachment I have to it is just something else. Because I remember I didn't even really come to love it as much as I do until just recently. Because I always loved it. I always really, really, really loved it. But I didn't come to love it as much as I do now until the beginning of quarantine, when I decided to replay it again. And I just came to appreciate during that playthrough just how masterfully crafted everything about it is, and just how genuinely beautiful everything about it is, and just everything about that game. I can't even put into words just how the deep appreciation I have for that game.
It's created so masterfully, and it's all by one guy.
Yeah, and it's just
everything.
And I know Deltarune is also
good.
really solid, but to me it just doesn't even come close. And I'm not counting that against him, because at this point, no matter what Deltarune turns out to be, it won't.
Yeah, you can't. The reason it won't be able to is because it won't be able to do the same thing Undertale did.
Yeah, and it's not trying to, and that's something I appreciate.
It's not, yeah.
If he was just trying to do Undertale again, I would not vibe with that. But it's trying to be something different, and I like that. But I don't know. I just fucking love that game. It's one of the only video games to make me cry. I've cried at the soundtrack a lot. Especially
it's
the
so
title.
good.
The title track is
all of it.
Yeah. But
all of it's super
the
great.
one that makes me cry is always the title track. That song comes on, and like 9 times out of 10
I love
I'm gonna start weeping.
Doesn't Asriel have like 2 themes?
Kind of.
And they're all like, no, because he has like the boss battle theme, No, he has the boss battle theme, but the boss battle theme is another song in the game.
Yeah, that's how it is. There's a lot of leitmotifs. Like,
it's so
the
good.
leitmotifs are insane because, and I didn't. Again, this isn't something I noticed until my playthrough, but they're true to areas. So, the core, the melody of the theme for the core, is the same melody as Death by Glamour. Bum bum bum
Yeah.
bum 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 bum. It's that same melody, and melodies are like the main melody is used in a bunch of songs, like the do do do.
I think
like the Hopes and Dreams melody,
Master
that's used in Hopes and Dreams.
Yeah.
It's used in
Yeah.
It's used in the title track. It's used in the One Hotel song. It's used in the leitmotifs are just like so
They're great.
well crafted. It's just, and I didn't even notice them until, like, I only noticed that one that I mentioned earlier, the Hopes and Dreams theme. But I noticed the Death by Glamour one, or the core one, and then I noticed Undyne's one, and the Bone Drazzle one, and just all of them are just like hit all of those melodies. And this is something that Toby Fox actually said. He was like, I'm shocked that people love the soundtrack as much as I do. Or as much as they do, because it really just boils down to 7 melodies. And it's just, it shows how creatively done it was.
It's the variety in it.
Because, like, even, like, the core theme...
They're played at different tempos with different instruments.
Yeah. It's like, the core theme, different keys.
Yeah.
Like, the core theme is in... I'm pretty sure it's in a different key than Death by Glamour, and that's why it doesn't sound the same at first. I'm pretty sure they're in different keys. But it's just... And so I'm a music nerd, so my favorite game has to have amazing soundtrack. And speaking of which, my number 2 is... I've talked about this one definitely too, is Super Mario Galaxy. And that game's score. Oh my god.
Dude, you're talking about the Dying Light soundtrack. It is not very great to listen to by itself. I will admit that, but it's used so well in the game.
That's what
It's like if Minecraft's music in the game didn't really fit to listen to by itself.
Yeah.
But fit greatly in the game, because I love going around the world just doing basically nothing. Because recently, for some reason, I just wanted to just play the game and just run around and do nothing else.
Yeah.
And I love running around, just stopping for a second and hearing boom, 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 and just that in the background. And it's so, it's not great to listen to by itself, but just the music that you can pick out, it's so good.
Yeah.
The guy who made the soundtrack for that game also made the soundtrack for The Witcher 3.
Oh, really? That's cool.
There's an interesting fact.
Yeah, for Galaxy and Undertale, those are songs I can listen to at any point. Stuff like Hopes and Dreams, Death by Glamour, Gusty Garden Galaxy, Buoy Base, the main theme from Galaxy. It's just those songs. My favorite theme from Galaxy is probably Gusty Garden, honestly. It's just such a beautiful soliloquy. I'm pretty sure that's the correct term for it. I'm not good at my music terms.
I have something bubbling in me that just wants to explode.
Go for it, and then we'll end the episode.
The Bozak Horde DLC. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I remember wanting it because it's so great. I would love to play it. Just I first things first. I know it I know it what's something that isn't used as the back of your hand, because I don't really know the back of my hand well. I know it like Bozak Horde. I know it super well. I remember when I had it on first things first. Dying Light. I've got it on every possible way, other than apparently no, it was pulled off of Xbox 360 and PS3, but still. So yeah, I got it every possible way. played on PS4 because we had a PS4 at the time. Then we got rid of that. Then I got to play it on Xbox One. Then we got rid of that, and I also got a PC around the time, so I got it then. I couldn't run it until Brandon gave me his graphics card, and then I can run it. It's Bozak Horde. Oh, it's so good. I think it's like 25. It's either 20 or 25. I can't remember. Trials that basically just test your skill. I remember there's rewards after you beat it the first time. There's rewards for beating it, for doing specific things in it, and one is beating it under a time limit. And I could not do that for the life of me on my Xbox. And then I play it on my PC, and it recommends that you're a high level, or that you play it with other people. And I'm like level 16 Survivor, which you can get to like a max of level 25, I think, Survivor. So I wasn't very far. And I just did it, and I beat it first try, and I was just like, well, okay.
You love to see it.
That's just how good I am at the game. And then I think I got to beat it under the time limit, and I was just like, wow. But the thing is, the introduction when you do the Bozak Horde thing, you're brought into like a building. It's the lore of it, I think, is there's a stadium where, in the book, I read the book a little bit. Over quarantine, I was like, okay, I'll try reading the book, and I almost got done. And the only thing I can remember from it is something I forgot. Oh yeah, she turns into a zombie, but I can't remember what.
The only
why
thing I
remember
from
that.
it is something I forgot. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm not done.
Dude, we're an hour and 7 minutes in.
Yeah, and
you got me there.
I'm not done yet. The Bozak Horde, you're brought into like near an elevator, and Bozak's all like, look at your the voice actor for Bozak is phenomenal. You've got something on your ankle, and he's like, yeah, that's a bomb, and I think when you go to the elevator, he's all like, the bomb on your ankle just activated. There's also there's a few times where you have to do a thing where you open up crates, and you have to disarm the bomb before time runs out. And I know the spawns like perfectly because there's 4, and two of them are don't have it in it. It's just like a sword, and if you open it up, I think what's written in it is like, we are watching. It's great. I love Bozak Horde. There's also a funny little thing that there's a very difficult spot where you zip line. This makes me want to talk about it'll be quick. One of my favorite things about Dying Light is there are specific things you can land on to not take fall damage. One of those is cars. So you can jump from like as high as you want, but if you land on a car, you're fine. Then that's realistic.
Yeah.
But you zip line down, you go to like on top of this huge elevator shaft, and on top of it, a bunch of virals spawn. All you need to know is that they're the fast zombies, and they go down, and it's really hard. And one thing I love doing is just punching them, because then if you do it right, they can just get stuck into a little part, and then their heads just explode, and they're like, well, we're dead now.
Yeah, nice.
I could talk about this game for like
yeah,
forever,
I can tell.
Which
you should.
Funny
you
story.
Should, like,
funny story.
You should.
Funny
story. Sorry.
Hey. I kind of and this is, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. I want to do a review on this game.
That's what I was just gonna say.
But I don't know how to edit a video, and I really want to edit myself because it would be my own personal touch, and I would love to get all the clips for it and everything. It would be great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
And that would probably be a start of a thing I would just do regularly. Well, not regularly. It was just because the thing it's kind of would just be like a about kind of, it would be written in an order. It would have to be like written out at some point, like an outline of sorts. I don't know, it would be great. Because me talking about it, I could get onto like 20,000 different things. Just trying to talk about one thing.
I'd be so down to show you the pointers of editing.
One of my favorite side quests in the game is literally, I'll put it in a way that makes it sound useless. You blow up a wall in a tunnel.
Oh, nice.
But the thing is, there's two separate maps. The map you originally start on, there's one tunnel that you can get through easily, and then there's another tunnel like super far away from it. That like I've caught myself so many times just wanting to go past it, and I just can't because the wall's there. Mm-hmm. And then one of the side missions is basically just, hey, go and blow up that wall. We're gonna give you a big bomb, blow it up, and it's something so small, but it just changes like how you are able to play the game. Another side quest like that is just you do a mission, and it gives you a crafting recipe that just allows you to make medkits using I think 4 underwater algae, and that's it. And normally you have to make medkits with 1 alcohol and 1 gauze. And I think that is also the same crafting recipe to make Molotovs, which is absolutely genius. I love the game.
Yeah, I can tell.
The way I normally describe it to people who don't know about it at all, but still know anything about gaming, is Dead Rising and Mirror's Edge, even though I've also never played Mirror's Edge.
I haven't, but I've seen it, and I've never played Dead Rising either.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge is a big parkour game. Dead Rising, it's like Dead Rising 2. Dead Rising is, I think, the first 2 I know for sure. The setting is you're in a mall. You play as 2 different characters, but you're in a mall, zombies come, and it's not very good. But Dead Rising 2, you can do a fun thing where you can craft weapons, and it's great because you can craft ridiculous things. You can't craft ridiculous things at Dying Light, but you also can in a way.
Yeah.
One of the both easiest and technically hardest things to craft. If you get skilled at it, it's easy to do because you have to catch up to a very fast enemy that like can easily outrun you. But if you just have a brain, or just sneak up on it, you can just kill it easily. I say if you have a brain, that sounds condescending. If you know what you're doing, then you can do it.
Yeah. I'd love to keep going, but I'm literally running out of space on my computer. So
I'm not. I have an endless amount, it feels.
Yeah, so
I can't wait to put this in the raw audio folder.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for clocking into this episode, where for the last half we just talked about our favorite games.
Hopefully that thing I talked about is gonna come, because I would
yeah,
love
that'd be
to do
dope.
that.
But yeah, we'll see you guys in a few days for the Christmas special, baby.
You'll see us in a day, but we'll see you in like 3 days. I don't know.
We'll find out. Thank you guys.
2 days from now is Christmas, but I'm talking about 2 days from them.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it all out in post. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do the thing.
And we'll see you next time.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. Wait, Aiden can't yell at me for this one because I'm not being self-deprecating in the ending. Yay.
Yeah. If anything, you talked yourself up earlier.
Did? Oh yeah, I did. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing about myself. Bye-bye!
Oh, okay. Bye.